I'm Dana K. White of aslobcomesclean.com. I'm also the author of Decluttering at the Speed of Life. And we're doing a little something different for the next 2 weeks. I am going to share with you my 14-day process for getting your home ready to open your front door to guests, right? So here's the thing. We are in a weird time right now. It's 2021. We're in our second holiday season of the weird time. And so it's possible that you are not having anybody into your house, but you can still use this and think of it as 14 days to getting your house ready to celebrate the holidays without having to move stuff to the side to be able to take a picture of what you want to take a picture of. That's kind of a long name, but it's all the same. But I'm going to be referring to it as guests because that is going to determine how we do things. So a little bit of my history is that I started doing what I do online, not intending for anyone to learn anything from me, because I was completely overwhelmed in my home. I had so much junk in it. I did not have daily routines under control, and it was a mess, hence the blog, A Slob Comes Clean. So anyway, part of my problem was that I treated my house like a project. I would want to tackle it, clean it from top to bottom, and then it would just go back to being a total disaster again and again. Only when I started doing daily things did I actually see real progress. But that project brain that I have is what I use when I am getting my house ready to open my front door to guests, okay? So that's what this is based on. It is based on what I used to have to do to be able to let people in my front door. And I still use the same overall process now, even though now, I like to have 2 weeks so that I can kind of be real methodical about it, but I can have my house ready in like a day or two. I prefer at least 2, but whatever, to have people in the front door. What I'm saying when I tell you that is that this is adjustable, okay? You may be having people over tomorrow and you can watch through this stuff as you get ready. But no matter how overwhelmed you are, the 2-week process is going to work and you can adjust it for your own needs, but it's all about the adjusting. Like we're going to talk about the adjusting of expectations, adjusting of how thoroughly you're doing things to actually be ready for this deadline, okay? So this is day 1. Are y'all ready? Okay. First thing we're gonna do is get out paper and a pen or a pencil, either one, and sit down and start writing. I know you're like, oh, this is a cleaning plan and I'm starting to write. And I'm pretty sure this is the same lady who always tells me that to just go ahead and get started. Y'all, this is a different thing, okay? This is the project of being willing to open your front door. Kind of a big deal, right? Okay. But before we get started on that, I do want to remind you that if you are wanting the, oh my word, my house is a disaster, but I really want to like make the actual change that's going to change it forever, that's what How to Manage Your Home Without Losing Your Mind is for. Okay. That's one of my books, available in all formats that books come in: audio, Kindle, ebook, Nook, blah, blah, yada, yada, paperback, everything. Okay. You can go look for that. Anyway, so the first thing we're going to do is make our plan. When I say that we are doing a 14-day planning page, here's what I mean. I want you to write out the date and the day of the week of the next 14 days leading up to the point when you are going to have your guests come over, okay? When they are going to ring the doorbell. We're 14 days out from that, hypothetically, maybe really for you, but you are going to write each of those days down. And then I want you to gather your calendars, whatever kind of calendar that you have. If you have a paper calendar, if you have, if you use your phone, digital, whatever, gather all those things up. Yes, I do mean all those things. So if you have like stuff for school written in one place and stuff for work written in another, blah, 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 gather them all up so that you can write down on each of those days the commitments that you already have. If you have a kids choir concert, if you have already agreed to help put the prices on stuff for your church garage sale, I don't know, whatever it is that you have agreed to do, put it on those dates so that you have a realistic understanding of what's happening in the next 2 weeks when you also are trying to get your house ready for guests, okay? Then I want you to estimate on each of those days how much time you have to devote to this process of getting your house ready to open your front door, or ready for the holidays so you don't have to, be strategic in your picture taking, right? Okay, so Write down how much time you had to devote. There may be days where you have literally 20 minutes because you've got 6 different things that you're running to. There may be days where you're like, oh, I don't have anything going on that day. I am going to commit on this piece of paper to spend the whole day, like 6, 8 hours, whatever, working through this process so that you can know how this is all going to go. As you do this, if you realize I have a lot going on in the next 2 weeks, you may have to adjust your expectations of how much you're going to be able to do. You also may need to say, which of these things can I take off of my calendar because I want to get my house ready for this date, okay? So look at it, be realistic. Let's just have it on there. I also want to make sure that you write down when you think, okay, there's nothing I can do in this day, but you're going to write down your 15 or 20 minutes, because the more you see those 15 and 20 minutes, the more you're going to realize that that 6-hour day is really, really crucial. So you're not as likely on the 6-hour day to say, oh, I bet I can do this on another day, because you know that on the other days you've really only got 15, 20 minutes. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is another piece of paper. Okay. Just a little note on this. If you would like the written out instructions for these 14 days, if you want every printable that I mentioned already printable and ready for you in one thing, you can get my ebook, 14 Days to Opening Your Front Door to Guests, at aslobcomesclean.com/14, like the numbers 14. You can go there, use the code YouTube, all one word, to get 50% off, which makes it $4. That's through the end of November. Okay, so if you want the printable version, the second list that we're making today is your room prioritization worksheet. You are going to use this every day for the next 14 days. This list is everything. What we are doing today is you are going to prioritize the rooms in your home according to how much time your guests are going to spend in those rooms. Okay? This is everything. Because if you are anything like me, you very well might tend, as you start to feel overwhelmed by the fact that people are coming over to your house, you might tend to, instead of focusing on things like, I don't know, folding all the laundry that's on the recliner, you might tend to think about, oh, I've always meant to paint the ceiling in my garage. Or I really have thought that it would be nice to have 3 more shelves that I think I could build those, because I saw a YouTube video one time about it. I could build new shelves to add more storage to my linen closet. Like, for some reason, those kinds of projects, or even painting the bathroom or whatever, those types of projects enter your brain, and you can jump into those kinds of things and eat up all of your time. Okay, so we are not going to do that. That's not what we're doing today. You might find that you have time because you go through this process, great, but that's not what you're going to do, okay? We are going to prioritize the rooms according to the amount of time your guests are going to spend in them. So if people are coming over primarily to eat, like they're going to come over and eat and then leave, we are going to put the dining space, whatever table that they're going to be eating at, that room is going to be number 1 on the prioritization list. If they're going to spend the majority of their time sitting in your living room, having conversation, the living room is going to be the number 1. Obviously, bathrooms are going to be on there. I just said bathrooms after I said number 1, which is kind of funny. But anyway, I'm super mature. So anyway, you are going to prioritize the list. If you think, okay, people are probably going to want to help me in the kitchen, so they maybe won't spend a lot of time there because I'm going to have everything. I want to have everything done before they get here, but I do need to put the kitchen on that list. But prioritize it according to how much time they are going to spend in that room. Got it? This is everything. As you make this list, leave space under each one. This is all printed out for you and available, at aslobcomesclean.com/14 if you want to buy the actual ebook. But if you're just doing it on paper, just, put maybe 3 rooms on a sheet of paper so that you have other room, because we're also going to be making a checklist for what you want to do in those rooms. Okay, so you're going to want to leave room for that. Okay, that is the main task for today. Whatever time you have left available to devote to this process, go do your dishes. Like, do your dishes as all the way as you can possibly do them, okay? Either load the dishwasher or hand wash, dry, and put away, like, completely your dishes. Spend your time doing that. If you have more extra time left over, clean out your refrigerator. Throw away expired stuff. Throw away leftovers that have, been there for way too long, and then wash those dishes that those leftovers were in. Wipe down the shelves in your refrigerator. Work on cleaning out your refrigerator. If you have more time left to devote for today, go through your pantry and pull out anything that's expired or empty, and for whatever reason it's still in the pantry, okay? Go ahead and work on that. Do not pull everything out. We're not doing a big project on the pantry. I just want you pulling out things so that there's less in there. Make sense? Okay, I will see you again tomorrow. Don't forget, you can get the printable version of all of this right now at aslobcomesclean.com/1414, okay? All right.